Are you moving to Dallas just in time for the holidays? Or maybe you're already here and wondering, what is there to do? Well, you're in luck because Dallas does Christmas big. And today we're going to talk about that. So stay tuned. Hi guys, Wendy Pennell here. I am a realtor and a broker with our family company, OnTrack Realty. Listen, I've been doing this whole real estate thing for over 14 years now. Now, I gotta tell you, if you've never tried a family business, it is awesome. I work alongside my husband of 29 years, that's Dale. Okay, that probably made us look really old, didn't it? Married for 29 years. Okay, well, I can tell you this much. It means we work together really well. Okay, all right, rounding out our team, we have our son Blake and our daughter Bree. It was kind of fun to see them grow up, and we got to see them go through college, and then after that, they decided to return to the family business. Okay, so that is completely awesome. Okay, now that you have a little snapshot of OnTrack Realty, let's talk about Dallas in the holidays, okay? Now, when I first thought, about putting a video together about the holidays, it was like overwhelming. I was like, okay, where do I begin? There is so much. So this is what I decided to do, okay? I broke it into 5 different brackets, okay? So if you're taking notes, 5 things, okay? Here we go. We're going to talk about Christmas lights. Where is the best place to see Christmas lights, okay? We're going to talk about events, right? What do you not want to miss out on, okay? Like events, don't miss these. Now, we're also going to talk about food, and I think we can all agree, food, very important. Then we're going to talk about music and shows, okay? Because everybody's got to see the Nutcracker at Christmas, right? Okay, and then finally, we're going to finish off with shopping, okay? So, lights. Where do you need to go to view some fabulous Christmas lights, okay? As I was kind of thinking this through, it occurred to me, how we're going to see those lights, right? Essentially, you have 3 options, okay? You have the walk-through planned, fancy event, okay? You've got the drive-through planned event, and then thirdly, you have the more informal, just neighborhood drive-through. And what's really cool is in Dallas, there are a ton of neighborhoods like that just kind of, at some point over the years, the community would get together and decide that their particular neighborhood was going to do holiday lights up big, right? Now, of course, obviously, the cool thing about those is they are free. Okay, so the neighborhoods are really fun because they're free. Okay, so lights. Let's start off with the lights that you would walk through, okay? So we're talking, the kind that are going to have the big tunnel you can walk under, and they're these brilliant lights, okay? Well, let's start out with the Enchant Christmas Light Maze and Village, okay? So again, this is one for walking. You know what? You're going to be able to find it pretty easily, okay? Because it happens at Fair Park. All right, so yes, I get that you're new to the area. Maybe Fair Park isn't easy for you. Well, listen, I'll give you a big hint, okay? It's the place with the giant Ferris wheel. Okay, so Fair Park is where you're going to have the state fair, from somewhere from like mid-September to mid-October. So tons of people there during the fall. Just lovely, beautiful state fair. And then, once the state fair is over for the year, then they begin to turn it like into this beautiful Christmas wonderland. Okay, so what is that like? Well, of course, I mentioned before, you have your tunnel of lights that you can walk under, right? So that alone is kind of magical. You're also going to have your 75-foot Christmas tree. Okay, I'm thinking that's pretty cool. All right, so how much is that one going to set you back? Well, it's not one of the free ones. We love the free ones, right? This one is not one of the free ones, unfortunately. So this one's going to cost you $29 per adult, okay? So that's what it says it starts at, okay? And that's probably non-peak time, so it may go up from there. So it's kind of a fun walking Christmas lights event, but yeah, $29 an adult. Okay, so where else can you go to walk through Christmas lights? Okay, let's talk about the Galleria, okay? So in Dallas, many consider the Galleria to be Dallas's most upscale mall, okay? So already you've just got a really beautiful, fun mall to go look through. Okay, so at the Galleria, they have the nation's tallest indoor Christmas tree, okay? So that alone, you walk in, the oohs and the ahs, right? This stunning, huge, massive Christmas tree. They also have daily shows there, okay? But to give you an idea of this Christmas tree, okay, let me throw a few numbers your way. The tree has 500,000 lights, okay? And they have over 10,000 ornaments. Like, wow. Okay, so does that kind of give you an idea of the size there if the star itself weighs 100 pounds and is 10 foot tall? Okay, now we're going to revisit the Galleria when we talk about like events and music. So just kind of keep in your mind that the Galleria has a lot to offer. Okay, it's going to have these beautiful lights that you can walk through, and it also is going to have some events and some music. Another fun fact about the Galleria is it also has a skating rink, so that's kind of fun, you know, if your family likes to skate, you know. And so what, you know, thing to think about with the Galleria, of course, is that it's free. So there you go. You've got one you're going to have to pay for to walk through, and a brochure one that's free. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's kind of turn the corner and talk about the kind of situation where you're going to drive through the Christmas lights. Okay, so these are more driving events. All right, your first one is the Frisco Dr. Pepper Ballpark. Okay, you're going to find it there, and what they call it is the Radiance Holiday Light Spectacular. Okay, so of the ones I'm going to tell you about, this is the most expensive one. Okay, but highly popular. All right, it used to be, you know, a drive-through event, but it was just ended up with just lines and lines of cars, you know, where you would spend so much time in the car waiting. So they've transitioned it now to where you ride on the Holly Jolly trolley. Okay, so this kind of cuts down on the crowds a little bit because more people can fit on that trolley. Okay, so you want to talk about lights? We're talking 2 million lights. Okay, there's 160 feet of light tunnels, and get this, it has its own radio station, right? So you can tune in and listen to music while you're driving through. Okay, they also offer hot chocolate and cookies, you know. Now this one's really cool. They offer glow stick cotton candy, right? Okay, so just try telling the kids no on that one. This one, like I said, this is the more pricey one. Okay, so it's $30 for kids and $40 for adults. Okay, now keep in mind that is not per vehicle, right? You're riding on the trolley, so this is actually per person, right? So it's kind of pricey, can add up. Obviously that's not slowing down people because this is a very popular event. Okay, next on the list is the Dallas Zoo lights. Okay, so this one is very cool because, you know, you're combining the zoo experience along with the beautiful Christmas lights. So this one is also 1 mile long. Okay, they say more than 1 million lights. You can get food here as well, but you have to order it in advance. Okay, so here they have the beautiful lights and the lighted sculptures. Cool thing about this one is if you're a member of the Dallas Zoo, then you get a discount. This one's going to set you back by about $65, but it's per vehicle, right? So it's different from the Frisco one in that way. If you're a member, $50, okay, per vehicle. You know, so obviously what's the perk there? Well, you can load a lot of people in your vehicle. If you've got a big vehicle, then you can squeeze a lot of people in, and each person, you know, can contribute to the cost. So that's a really fun one. Used to be that the Dallas Zoo Lights was a walkthrough event, you know, with a beautiful Christmas tree, and you could just kind of enjoy it in that way. But since COVID, they've made it more a drive-through experience. But still a little more economical, better priced, right, than the Frisco one. Okay, drive-through number 3 of the kind that are just completely planned and that you have to pay for is Prairie Lights in Grand Prairie. Okay, so this one is the most magnificent in terms of volume, and it's the lowest cost. Okay, so you don't want to miss this one. This one has like 4 million lights. Okay, and it's 2 mile long where the others were like 1 mile long. Okay, so this one, the price, it's not bad. $40 a car. So again, if you've got a lot of people that can get into one vehicle, $40 a car is not nearly as much, say, as the Frisco one, you know, which is so much higher and it's per person. Okay, let's talk for a minute about the kind of lights where you ride through the neighborhoods, right? These are awesome because they're free. There are a ton of these, by the way, and I'm just touching on a few. but there are a lot more, okay? So one of them that's real popular is the Deerfield in Plano. Okay, it's a beautiful neighborhood that you can drive through. You also have the Interlochen in Arlington, also very popular. You know, as you drive through, you can bring, you know, your own hot cocoa, listen to your Christmas music, and it's free. Okay, another one I want to mention, and you know, our family's personal favorite, okay, is Highland Park. Okay, now you can drive through Highland Park and it's free, and the lights, oh, they're just breathtaking. But another option for Highland Park is they offer carriage rides, right? The horse-drawn carriage. That is just such a fun way to kind of celebrate the holidays. We do this every year, okay? And our family's just big enough that we rent the big wagon, okay? But I gotta tell you, it's pricey. It sets you back by about $400, the carriage rides, okay? Now that varies depending on the size. So the 400 is for the very biggest one, but still just a beautiful area. And again, Highland Park, you can drive through it, right? And it's free. Just know that if you get caught behind a carriage ride, right, you're gonna go slower. But really what's cool about those carriage rides, everybody's saying, you know, Merry Christmas to each other, you know, and as you're going by, you hear the Christmas music. So there's just a real fun feeling of neighborhood. So again, just some really cool neighborhoods completely free, right? So, you know, you got to get those in. Why not? You know, because free is free. Okay, let's turn the corner for a minute. I've given you a little bit of info on the lights, and I promise you there are 10 more. But let's kind of turn the corner and talk about events in Dallas. Okay, so what are some of the events that you do not want to miss out on? Okay, so since we're talking about Dallas, let's start in downtown Dallas, okay? Now, the big event that kicks off the holidays in downtown Dallas, okay, is the YMCA Turkey Trot. Okay, so what is the Turkey Trot? Well, basically, it's like an 8-mile walk or run, okay, that goes through downtown Dallas. But the big thing here is it's a fundraiser, okay? So to participate in the Turkey Trot, it's $42 a person, and it supports the YMCA. So pretty cool, right? Okay, next event you don't want to miss, and we're still in downtown Dallas, okay, is the Deck the Plaza, where they light up City Hall. Okay, so what happens here, you know, there's just a lot of festivities. It's just real pretty lights. And also the mayor and Santa Claus himself, they light up the 40-foot Christmas tree, right? So as you're there, also there's all these interactive characters kind of walking around, you know, and then of course, you know, there's the hot chocolate, the apple cider, and the cookies, right? Because, you know, you got to have those things. Okay, the next thing I want to mention to you is just has so much to offer in one place, okay? So let's talk about the holiday at the Arboretum, okay? So at the Dallas Arboretum, you can go here in the day, right? But you can also go here in the night, right? And both of them are beautiful, okay? So to go there in the day, it's like $17 an adult, right? And then to go at night, it's $12 an adult, okay? So what do they have there? Oh gosh, so much. All right, so they have like this family Christmas village, which is made like in the European style. They have a German-built Christmas pyramid, right? And it has like these animations on every level. Okay, so this Arboretum, what do people say about it? Well, they say it's wonderful during the day, but magical at night. Right? So you may choose to go at night. You know, if you choose to go day and night, you're going to have to pay for both separately, okay? So what's so great about it at night? Well, all the trees have lights on them, right? And all the little shop owners are passing out samples, okay? Plus they have just entertainment in general. Santa Claus is there, of course, in his own little house with a sleigh. Okay, so they don't just stop at Santa Claus though. They also have the DeGallier house that shows the nativity, okay? They have, you know, a 50-foot musical tree. And they also have these gazebos, right, that show the 12 days of Christmas. So individual gazebo for each day, right? So I highly, if you do any of these, I highly recommend the Arboretum, okay? A little bit of a different twist. Let's talk about the trains at Northpark Mall. Okay, this is a really fun thing that many people go every year. It's been going on since 1987. Okay, so now admittedly, this is not like particularly a Christmas theme, right? But it only comes around at Christmas time, okay? So what is it? It's like this miniature train exhibit, okay? And it's also a fundraiser, okay? So it's $10 per adult, $5 per child, but all of the proceeds go towards the Ronald McDonald House. And like literally this train exhibit has raised millions of dollars since 1987. Okay, so I told you we were going to revisit the Galleria, right? Because it has a lot to offer. Okay, so here's an event that the Galleria offers. They have something called Snow Day. Okay, so same mall that had the gigantic 95-foot tree, right? Okay, the cool thing about Snow Day, most of the things I tell you about, you like walk through, right? Well, this one is more like immersive in nature, okay? It's an explorable adventure, right? So what is it? Well, it has 20 rooms at least of all these maze of lights, has like you can drive a 1970s RV. Okay, I don't mean really drive. I mean, you just go walk in it. One thing they say a lot about is that it's just got a ton of Christmas photo ops, right? Just for click, click, click. Anyway, so this one, how much is it going to set you back? Well, it's $22 per adult. Okay, so I'm kind of giving you different events that in different locations, right, to kind of keep it unique. Here's one that is very fun and a little different. Holiday at the Farm at Samuel Farm Park, okay? So there you're going to see like Santa and Mrs. Claus. They have hay rides, that you can kind of take around the farm. There's a neat little snow play area, plus they have food trucks and sweets. If you're into shopping, they have the artisan gift market, okay? Cool thing is that it's free to get in, no charge, right? But each event does cost, right? You're gonna have to pay by the event. But you can get in there for free, walk around, enjoy it, right? And the per event price is only like $1, okay? So this one's a really neat kind of a twist off of the others, neat little farm experience. Okay, so that gives you some really fun events that you won't wanna miss out on, kind of across a variety of venues, right? So now let's talk about food. Okay, so there's some really cool adult style dining options, right? Things you don't want to miss because they're really fun. Okay, so try this one out, the Sippin' Santa Tropical Christmas Cocktail pop-up bar. So it's kind of like this feel of going on vacation with St. Nick. So it's all Christmassy, but it's all tropical at the same time, right? So it has kind of this Christmas beachy vibe, holiday decorations, plus all of the drinks, okay, have Christmassy names to them. Like depending on, your preference, you could order like the Yule Log Grog. You could order the Kris Kringle Colada. Okay, if you wanted to share a drink, you can get the Missile Toe to Toe. And if shots are more your thing, you can order the Rudolph Shoots the Curl. Okay, so something for everyone at this bar, right? It's not the only pop-up bar either. They also have the Miracle on Greenville. Okay, so if you want something a little more kid-friendly, right? They do have a couple options for like breakfast with Santa. Okay, so you can get that at the Four Seasons or at the Grove at Frisco Commons, right? So some kind of fun little events for the kids there too. Okay, let's kind of turn the corner, right? So, okay, we've talked about lights, we've talked about events, we've talked about food. Let's talk about music, okay? Now, there's a variety of places you can see the Nutcracker at, okay? Because that's kind of, a Christmas tradition. You got to do it. Right, so I've got 2 here, but there are definitely more, okay? So a couple places you can see the Nutcracker, the Winspear Opera House, and the Moody Performance Hall. So if you go to either of those places, okay, you're not gonna be disappointed. Now I mentioned earlier how much the Galleria Mall has to offer. Well, they've also got music there. They have a 200-member choir, lower on that first floor, to keep you entertained there. And also on that first floor, like I mentioned, they've got the ice skating rink, and then they've got the choir kind of working their way around singing. So, the Galleria, again, free, unless you go to that one event, free to enjoy the music and the giant Christmas tree and the lights. So that one is a really fun one. And honestly, a lot of people in Dallas make that like a must-see around the holidays. Okay, so if you want to get away from that classical thing, maybe that's not your style, another option is the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, okay? So they're playing at the American Airlines Center. If you've never heard them, oh my goodness, they are amazing. Okay, so we've talked about music now. Okay, let's talk a little bit about holiday shopping, okay? Now, hopefully it goes without saying, millions of malls in Dallas, right? So I wanted to just kind of mention a few that are unique, right? Because they support a good cause. Right, so your first one is the Global Village Market, okay? That one is put on by United Methodist Church, and they have like really cool things, like napkins from a sewing school in Eastern Congo, okay? This one's really cool. They have handmade ornaments, right? And these handmade ornaments, they fund digging wells in third world countries. right? So that's just kind of a cool one that you can go and you can shop at, and then you can also feel like you're really supporting a good cause. Okay, another one that's worth mentioning is the Neath the Wreath Holiday Gift Market. Okay, this one is put on by the Junior League of Collin County. Okay, I really like this one for a couple different reasons. First of all, it supports family businesses, and small businesses. And then also part of the proceeds go towards community projects. So again, just kind of a unique thing there. It's pretty big. It's going to have like 130 merchants, right? And they're selling just all kinds of cool stuff like, Christmas stuff, clothing, gifts, jewelry, right? Gourmet food, children's items, right? You get the idea. So that one, again, just a really cool individual flavor. I absolutely love it. It's just, so hopefully those two have given you a little inspiration. And again, you've got all the malls in the world to shop at too, but I just really like the uniqueness of those two. Okay, so now that you've watched this video, are you ready for the holidays? Or maybe you just need to get here first. Well, lucky for you, that's where we come in. Okay, tell you what, how about do this? Check out the description section of this video, and take a look at our Let's Find Home questionnaire. I mean, you probably already have like a rough idea of what you're looking for in a community, and we're the ones that can come in there, take your rough idea, and get you hooked up with the right community, right? So take a look at it, fill it out, right? Because then we can get you here and settled so you can go about the business of enjoying the holidays, right? Listen, if you found this information helpful, lucky for you, we have it all written down in our free holiday events guide. Okay, so again, scroll on down to the description section, click the link to download your free guide. And remember, there are 4 of us here at OnTrack Realty all ready and waiting to help you find your perfect place here in the Dallas area. So, let's get acquainted. And in the meantime, thank you so much again for watching and have a great day.